This game is called Architects of the West Kingdom. This is a worker placement game. I'm going to kind of give you a little bit overview of how this game functions as a worker placement because it's slightly different. But I want to know what you guys think about player interaction in your competitive games, because some games have a lot, some games have very little, and it feels more like a race. I feel like a lot of worker placements feel like you're racing your opponents. You're trying to build the best engine and outpace them, but not necessarily interact with them, because most of the time the interaction is in taking spaces so that your opponents can't take them. But in Architects, you can actually share spaces a lot. And it's kind of cool how it works. You start the game with 20 workers, which is usually not a thing that happens in worker placements. And when you place a dude, let's say in the forest, you get 1 wood on your character board. When you place a second dude on a subsequent turn in the forest, you get 2 wood. Now you have 3 wood total. So this is sort of how that functions on all these different locations. There's different things that do different stuff. Sometimes you need 2 dudes before you can get your first thing. Sometimes you need just more available actions to do other stuff, and that's just kind of how this flows. But how do you get your dudes back? Well, as the game progresses, you'll have a couple guys here and some here, and this will start looking like this and maybe like that. And I will have to go to a place called the town center. When I go to the town center, I get to recall a group of meeples. Now, if I recall one group of meeples and it's my own, it just goes right back to my spot. Now, when I put my second dude there, I'll get to recall 2 groups of meeples. In a larger than 2-player game, I have to pull them from the same location. So if I pull from the quarry here, I'll pull the greens group and the reds group. Red goes to my player board, and green goes into like my little jail section. Then, on a follow-up turn, I can place my dude in the guardhouse, place all the green meeples in jail, and I get silver, I get coins for each dude I put in jail, which is awesome. Now, I'm looking at the board as it sits, and the green player has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meeples. That means we've gone 8 rounds, and the green player still has 12 meeples left to play with. So this player interaction that just occurred is seemingly minimal, but it does still have consequences. Like, I have to waste a whole turn going there to get my dudes back, and it gave you a bunch of coins. And now I've got a dude sitting out there that I may have to recall at some point to do other things. Furthermore, you can just park these guys on your sheet if you really want to, if you don't need the silver, and I have to pay extra to get it off of your sheet if I want to do that. Still placing a guy here to do that action. So in this game, there's a whole lot of different player interactions, all centered around just pulling your own dudes off the map or pulling your opponent's dudes off the map. And I feel like Architects gets more player interaction when it comes to a worker placement than most. But what do you guys think? Do you prefer high levels of player interaction to the point where most worker placement games are just not your forte? Or do you really like the low level of player interaction that most worker placements actually bring to the table? I'd love to know what you think about that. Feel free to leave a comment or a like, share on Facebook if you can, subscribe, hit the bell icon, do all the things you gotta do. Tap join on IGTV, or if you're viewing this on Facebook, go to our IGTV. Check out our cool IG content. You know how that goes. And thanks for watching.